Lena had always been captivated by the unexplored and mysterious, but Eldridge Forest was different. It had a reputation that made even the bravest shiver. The locals spoke of its dark enchantments and the unexplained disappearances that had plagued the nearby town. Undeterred by their warnings, Lena, a determined journalist with a knack for unraveling enigmas, decided to explore the forest to uncover the truth behind these unsettling events. On a foggy autumn morning, she entered the forest's shadowy embrace. The canopy above was so dense that it swallowed the sunlight, leaving the forest floor in perpetual twilight. The usual sounds of nature, chirping birds and rustling leaves, were eerily absent. The only sound was the crunch of leaves under her boots and her own breathing, heavy with anticipation. Lena relied on her map and compass, but as she ventured deeper, the paths seemed to twist and merge unpredictably. The trees grew taller and more twisted, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal hands. An oppressive chill hung in the air, and her breath formed misty clouds that quickly vanished. Hours passed, and the forest grew darker, the canopy blocking out even the faintest rays of moonlight. Lena's flashlight began to flicker, its beam dancing erratically and casting long, shifting shadows. The once familiar forest now felt like a labyrinth of darkness and dread. Eventually, she stumbled into a clearing bathed in an eerie, otherworldly glow. At its center stood an ancient stone altar, covered in glowing runes that seemed to pulse with a dark energy. The air around the altar was charged, making Lena's skin prickle with an unsettling sensation. The whispers she had heard earlier grew louder and more coherent, forming words of anguish and despair. As she reached out to touch the altar, a cold, invisible force slammed into her, sending a shiver down her spine. The whispers turned into a cacophony of tortured voices, their combined screams filling the air with a deafening roar. Desperate to escape, Lena turned, but the forest had transformed. The familiar landmarks were gone, replaced by an endless expanse of dark, oppressive trees. Her flashlight died, plunging her into absolute darkness. The whispers grew louder, almost tangible, wrapping around her like a suffocating blanket of fear. In her panic, Lena spotted a faint, pulsating light through the trees. Summoning her last reserves of strength, she made her way toward it, hoping it might be a way out. The light led her to an old, weathered cabin, partially obscured by overgrown vines. Inside, Lena found a dusty, dimly lit room. In the center of the cabin was an ancient book resting on a wooden table. The book's cover was ornate, adorned with symbols similar to those on the altar. As she opened it, Lena discovered pages filled with more runes and a handwritten note detailing a curse placed upon the forest long ago. According to the note, the curse trapped souls within the forest, feeding on their fear and despair. The key to breaking the curse was an amulet hidden somewhere within the forest. Lena's eyes scanned the cabin, and she found a small, ornate box hidden in a corner, covered in intricate carvings. Inside was the amulet described in the book. It glowed with a soft, warm light that seemed to push back the darkness. As Lena held the amulet, she felt the oppressive energy of the forest begin to lift, the whispers fading into silence. With the amulet's power dispelling the dark magic, Lena navigated her way out of the forest. The trees and shadows no longer seemed malevolent, and the path became clearer. Emerging from the forest as dawn broke, Lena felt an immense relief. The curse had been lifted, and the forest's dark influence had been broken. Lena knew that the forest's secrets were now revealed, but the memory of its darkness would remain with her forever. The forest, once a place of fear and mystery, was now a testament to the power of ancient curses and the courage required to confront them.